Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is August 10th, 2023, and it's reported that Barcelona have officially activated a new economic lever. Also, the club have been linked with a new possible candidate for the right back position. And finally, I do have an update for you in regards to both Ansu Fati and Abde. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way in helping this small channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the kickback. And if you are looking to make any sports bet, make sure you hit the Bet Us, where they're currently having 125% initial offer, which means that if you deposit $100, you would get $25 for free to make any bets. The links to both Kickback and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now we begin with the news that Barcelona have officially activated a new economic lever. Now, as I reported these previous few days, Barcelona were negotiating the sale of Barca Studios to a German fund. However, it seemed that a German fund were taking too long to finalize that deal. So that's when Barcelona started negotiating with a new Mexican fund. It's called Mountain Nazca. And when it seemed that the whole deal between Barcelona and Mountain Nazca was complete, the German fund decided to up their offer because they realized that their offer, or the opportunity to purchase part of Barca Studio, was slipping away. And it seems that the German fund's new offer was much better, and Barcelona have now agreed to sell part of Barca Studios to the German fund. Now, it's reported that the negotiations are complete, everything is done, and in fact, the board of directors actually took a day off today, so we should be expecting an announcement pretty soon, probably tomorrow or maybe the day after that, letting us know all the details of the activation of this new economic lever, where again, Barcelona will agree to sell part of Barca Studio to the German fund. Now, of course, this is great news for the club, because as soon as Barcelona receive that money for that German fund, or as soon as there's payment, proof of payment, then Barcelona will immediately begin registering all the contracts of all the pending players, because as I reported previously, Barcelona only had 13 players registered with La Liga, 2 of them being Frankesi and Dembele, who are of course set to leave the club. So technically Barcelona only had 11 players registered, and there's only 3 days left to Barcelona's first La Liga match. So as soon as Barcelona receive that money, they should be expected to register all the contracts of all the players pending. That includes the contract renewals and of course all the new signings. Now, speaking of Ousmane Dembele, as I reported in yesterday's live stream, the French player had underwent medical exams in order to sign for PSG, and it's reported that Dembele has officially passed all his medical exams. And in fact, the French player has already traveled to Paris in order to finalize his move to PSG. So it looks like Dembele should be sealing his move to the Parisian side as soon as maybe tomorrow or the day after. Now, Matteo Alemany has confirmed that the negotiations between Barcelona, PSG, and Dembele are finalized, because as I reported before, Barcelona were trying to get more money out of that 50 million euro that PSG will pay for Dembele, where Dembele wanted 25 million euros of that 50, and Barcelona were arguing that they were entitled to more. And it seems that Alemany has confirmed that the negotiations are done, so Dembele will be joining PSG, but we have yet to know how much money will Barcelona end up getting out of this 50 million euros. So we're definitely gonna find out as soon as this announcement will be made official. And of course, I will be here to give you all the details, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Now, on to the news that Barcelona have been linked with a new possible candidate for the right back position, and this candidate is Pablo Maffeo. Now, Pablo Maffeo is a 26-year-old right back who currently plays for RCD Mallorca. And the report states that Barcelona are interested in signing the player, where the player has a 30 million euro release clause, and that Barcelona could end up signing him for around 15 million euros, so almost half of his release clause, in order to reinforce the right back position, which of course has become a priority for Barcelona, given that the club don't have any specialists for that position. Where after these rumors or these reports starting to circulate the media, Barcelona have denied absolutely any links to Pablo Maffeo. The club have stated that yes, Pablo Maffeo is an interesting profile, of course, for Barcelona. He's the kind of player that Barcelona perhaps would be interested in signing. However, that Barcelona have no interest in signing the player during this summer transfer market. And that in fact, the club have not made any moves or any advancements to try to sign Pablo Maffeo for Mallorca. Now, the club have confirmed that it seems that this was actually a move done by Pablo Maffeo's agents, where it was his agents that offered the player to the club, but it was not Barcelona trying to sign the player. And it's believed that the reason why Pablo Maffeo's agents did this because there's currently a lot of interest in the player. So his agents were probably trying to shake the market around to try to get more and better offers from other clubs. And of course, in the best interest of their client. So for now, Barcelona's two options remain the same, which is either to sign Joao Cancelo on a one-season loan with an option to buy, or of course to sign Ivan Fresneda from Real Valladolid. Now on to the news that Abde has informed Barcelona that he intends to stay at the club for this upcoming season. Now, as we've been talking about for several weeks now, Xavi Hernandez and Barcelona would like for Abde to stay in the club, but of course the player did have some doubts because it's reported that he wanted guarantees of playing time since he believes that he had a very fruitious and successful loan at Osasuna. And even though Barcelona cannot guarantee Abde any playing time or for sure a starting role with Barcelona, it's reported that Xavi Hernandez has communicated to Abde that he wants him to stay in Barcelona and that he counts on him as an important piece of his attacking strategy for the upcoming season. Now, despite having doubts for most of the summer about whether to stay in Barcelona or try to look for a more important role somewhere else, it looks like Abde has made up his mind and he has informed Xavi and the club that he tends to stay in Barcelona for this upcoming season. And of course, this is great news because I believe that Abde could contribute to the team in a way that many players can, especially coming off the bench and changing kind of the face of the match or trying to change the outcome of the match with his speed and his dribbling ability. Now, speaking of wingers, it's reported that Ansu Fati's future is still not concrete at Barcelona, but nonetheless, the player is insisting that he wants to stay in the club. Now, the reason why I said that Ansu Fati's future is not yet concrete, because it's reported that Xavi Hernandez and Barcelona are both very impressed with Ansu Fati's progress. They believe that he is slowly regaining his form from before when he suffered all those knee injuries. But despite Xavi Hernandez and Barcelona's content with Ansu Fati, it's reported that the club could still consider offloading Ansu Fati if they do receive a big offer. Now, this is not just the case of Ansu Fati, this is also the case for Ferran Torres, where both Xavi and Barcelona believe that Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres have passed that preseason test, where both players were tested during the preseason and they both performed really good, and both Xavi and Barcelona are content with the performance of Ferran Torres or Ansu Fati. But despite this good performance and despite both players passing this preseason test, given the difficult financial situation of the club, it's reported that if Barcelona receive lucrative or big offers for either Ansu Fati or Ferran Torres, that Barcelona will be forced to consider those offers because, again, given the difficult situation of the club. Now, Barcelona do not think that they're going to be receiving any big offers for either Ansu or Ferran, given that both players' market value has gone down in these past few seasons. So it's most likely that both Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres will be remaining in Barcelona for the upcoming season. And of course, both players are insisting on staying in the club. And I'm personally happy that Ansu Fati would rather stay and fight for his spot because I really think that Ansu Fati is an extremely gifted player. We all saw what he was doing before his injury. I mean, he was competing at the highest level at 17, 18 years old, not just at the European level, but even on the international level with the Spanish national team. So I'm really glad that Ansu Fati is willing to stay and fight because who knows, he might end up recovering his form from before his injury. And if he does, then he will be a great asset for Barcelona. Well, now it's time to talk about the players who Barcelona are planning to offload 100%. And of course, those two players are Clément Lenglet and Serginho Dest. Now, I have been getting a lot of questions from you guys in the comment section about an update about Lenglet and Dest, so I decided to do some digging and bring you the most up-to-date status about both players. And in regards of Clément Lenglet, it's reported that the French defender has rejected several offers from different clubs in Europe and of course Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, because Lenglet is insisting that he wants to join the Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur. Now Lenglet, as I've mentioned many times before, already has a personal agreement in place between him and the Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur, and Barcelona are looking to offload Lenglet for around 12 to 15 million euros to the English club. However, Tottenham Hotspur have yet to make that official offer, and it's reported because it's not because Tottenham Hotspur don't want to pay that much money, but it's because the Premier League club first need to seal an exit in order to obtain the cash to make the signing for the French defender. So hopefully Tottenham Hotspur will be able to sort their affairs pretty soon so they can make that offer for Barcelona, because of course the club do not count on Clément Lenglet and they're looking to offload him as soon as possible. Now in regards to the American fullback Serginho Dest, it's reported that Barcelona still have absolutely no official offers for the player, not a single offer, not for the permanent transfer or even for a loan. And of course, this is starting to worry Barcelona because they need to offload Serginho Dest, not only because of the salary, because of the wage bill, but because Barcelona believe that Serginho Dest simply does not have what it takes to be a Barcelona player. Now, given that the club have not received a single offer for Serginho Dest, they are seriously considering that if no offer comes for the player by August 31st, which is the final date of the summer transfer market, then Barcelona will give Serginho Dest the letter of freedom, rescinding his contract and allowing him to leave the club as a free agent. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.